Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people, and I'm here with my 222 brother Joseph Aquaviva, the 222 crew. We're back, and God has opened up some serious gold mining today. You guys are really going to be amazed at what the Lord has revealed to us. There's going to be no doubt how clear everything is. We cannot say at this time if this is an exact day that things will happen, but there is serious information coming forward here. And so as we search for the day of the rapture, as we search for the time of our gathering, we are patiently waiting, and we continue to search. So the Lord told us to occupy until he comes, and we can't put this away. I was going to go down earlier and have breakfast. I got so much on my plate here, so many things we're watching, I couldn't even eat. And so I want to give Joseph a time here, an opportunity to share a little bit too. And as we get started, good morning, Joe. How you doing?
Good morning, guys. How's it going? Good to see you. Sorry about the technical difficulties yesterday. I had to run outside to my car because I got 3 little kids and they make a lot of noise. So I figured I would do that, but I'm back inside today. So hopefully the connection is a little bit better. You can hear me a little bit better because we got some really big stuff to go over. We never set guaranteed dates, but we're definitely watching this weekend, possibly for the Rapture. And wow, just amazing stuff me and Steve have found here this morning and last night. And guys, like I said, I don't set dates, but I would be surprised if we're still here Monday. I'll put it that way. So got some good stuff.
Me too. Okay. Well, we're going to get right into this. Now, we've got a thing that's happened here that's kind of opened up an understanding. And even in gematria key is 115, right, Joseph?
Right. Yep.
Gematria key is 115. Well, something has sparked.
Heaven's is 115. Heaven's key.
Heaven's key
too.
And something was connected to the gematria key. Wasn't it that the same too?
They're
Heaven's
both
key.
115. Yep.
Okay, so gematria we got the
key and Heaven's key are both 115. Yep.
Both gematria key and heaven's key are 115. So we've had some things here. And if I go ahead and do all right, so I've got a list of tabs open here on my desktop, and we're going to go through step by step how the Lord opened up this information to us. Okay, and the Bible says that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every matter shall be established. Okay, so Joseph and I are 2 witnesses. And we're not only 2 witnesses, we're the 222 witnesses, right? So we're a triple confirmation of the 2 witnesses. and then things that come together, we don't see one thing happening at the same time, but if you see multiple things happening in the same line of thinking, then you have this sequence of events and sequence of information that kind of opens things up. And so what we have here is the other day, this all got started because the other day I shared about Barack Obama sharing a conversation about the 11-year anniversary of the Affordable Care Act. And he was sharing that on March 22nd, which is the day of Skull and Bones. And then the time of it was 1:15. Okay, I didn't even focus on the time of 1:15, but
I want to mention one thing there. As you mentioned, Skull and Bones Day at 1:15 in gematria, Skull and Bones Society equals 1:15, and it was on Skull and Bones Day. But go ahead, I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, and so we've got all of this stuff that's starting to come together. And then Joseph commented on my video, either on Facebook or on YouTube, about the importance of 1:15, and some things began opening up there with that information. Then 2 days later, or a few days later, on the 25th, okay, Joe Biden's first news conference was also at 1:15. Okay, so something's going on here that Obama's meeting was at 1:15. Biden's meeting is at 1:15. Then this information that Joseph sent to me about simple gematria 1:15. That was what he had said. Simple gematria 1:15. Dr. Fauci's 1:15. New normal's 1:15. Okay, so
Yes,
yeah, and there's going to be a lot of things we're going to show down the road
yeah.
here. You know, all of these things, and we've got a special surprise at the end. Okay, about 1:15, and Joseph just found this, and I think it's going to blow you guys away right there at the end. We're going to save that nugget.
Good idea.
Keep everybody watching till the very end. Okay, that's the gold. We've got gold we're going to be sharing with you guys. Okay, so we've got something's going on here. Is there a message about 1:15? Freemasons, Dr. Fauci, new normal. Now, okay, I'm gonna go over here and I want to show you the Economist magazine cover from 2015. And here we have hit something very important. And I think that the Lord has given us understanding, something that has been, people have been searching for this type of understanding for a long time, ever since the Economist magazine came out. Okay, so we've got, number one, we've got the whole cover. The whole cover showed this whole crew of people. Obama was in the middle. One thing I noticed is that Trump's not in there anymore, which is kind of the situation right now. He was very important for 4 years, but he's not there now. And he's not in this picture. But Obama's in the front and center. Okay. And Angela Merkel, and there's bombs going off down here. There's a nuclear football. And well, we've got this picture here with Alice in Wonderland. And we've got two markers. Look like they could be possibly earthquake markers, 11.3 and 11.5, or they could be dates, or they could be times, like 1:15. See? 1:15. But the other thing is that, and Joseph pointed this out to me that I hadn't noticed, is that the 3/11 was the beginning of the pandemic last year.
March 11th.
March 11th.
That date as 11/3.
Yeah, March 11th. So what is going on here? So this is important. Okay, we've got this situation here with Alice in Wonderland. We've got this ball here. We've got the 11115. It's 1:15. Okay, are they speaking a message about what is coming? And this is like, they're pushing it because this week there were two events about 1:15. So they're pushing this idea. All right, now I want to show you something that together, both Joseph and I, we looked at different parts of this. And this is why I did not want to do this video alone. I wanted to bring Joseph in because, I mean, I did not get this myself. And both of us are working together on putting this piece of information together. So that's why I wanted to do another a Zoom call. And even from yesterday, when I first contacted Joseph, to today, all kinds of information has come in. So this is just been an extreme blessing to be able to contact Joseph and to work together on this and just to see things that we weren't seeing by ourselves. And the Lord is leading this. So, okay. And so I want to show this part of I Pet Goat. I want to show you a couple sequences, but I want you to see where Bush becomes Obama and then Obama becomes Alice. It's this change of scenery within this. Okay, so let's watch this part. Okay, Obama or Bush becomes Obama. And now we've got Obama winking here, okay? Now watch this.
Graduating.
And he's
He's elevating
graduating.
to the next, going to you see his hat there. He's going to the next level as the Antichrist. He's going from the 6th king to the 8th king.
Yeah, and just like it says right here, evolution.
Yep.
Evolve. Okay. So Obama's getting ready to evolve. And all right, now watch the time on the iPet Goat. Okay, here it is, 1:11. Okay, what are we watching? We're watching 1:15. Okay, we've got all this information about 1:15, 1:15, 1:15. Here's 1:15. Here's 1:15. Now this is the connection to Alice at 1:15. Watch what happens here at exactly 1:15 of iPet Goat. Watch this. Okay, let me stop it at 1:15. There you go. Okay, so Obama, it goes from Obama to Alice exactly at 1:15.
Amazing.
And so here, okay, so here is some things that opened up. Now I want to share a quick piece of information about this. Let me run this. Okay. We see Alice. Now, I hadn't heard this too much before that this could be Alice in Wonderland, but I went and did some searching. Okay. And I found this piece of information here. So I'm sharing this with you guys because I think it's very important for us to, just as I said at the beginning, 2 or 3 witnesses. Every matter shall be established in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. These are not private interpretations that we're the first people to see, but we can go and we can see what other people have thought about these things. And if there's confirmation coming from another, that gives more weight to what we're sharing. Okay, so I want to just share a little bit of this with you guys. The Open Scroll blog, Part 1, iPet Goat 2, Golden Magic Circle. Okay, and he's looking at this as a golden magic circle. This is a coven, and there's 12 there, plus Alice is 13, and this is a witchcraft circle. A viral video titled iPet Goat 2 from Heliofont features a broad range of occultic imagery to tell a complex and highly stylized story about the approaching dawn of the new age. The VC provided his interpretation in a recent post, the esoteric symbolism of the viral video iPet Goat 2. There's plenty more that could be said about it, but I just want to touch fairly lightly on it to seg into a post about the London Olympics, then perhaps follow up with a few more insights from the featured scene. Several magic circles are evident in London and in the Olympic Park, within which ritual magic is being and will be performed. I want to use one of the scenes from iPet Goat to introduce the magic circle, so I'll focus on that. Okay. And it goes on to say, this is no witchcraft manual. Some detail in the description is necessary for educating about how to identify the magic circle. So check with the Lord about whether this post is for you. If there's any doubt, skip it. Okay, now here is the information. The magic circle is the basic fundamental of witchcraft. It will usually be a circle on the floor or ground that is generally visible, and 4 elements will often be represented in some manner in the direction of the cardinal points of the compass. There's a high degree of flexibility in the construction, which is why I'm being so broad in the description of the appearance. A blonde girl, modeled on Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, sits on the floor in a meditative position within a circle painted in gold. The circle pictured isn't the ideal circle in size, but it is appropriate for the intent of the video. Several other items featured in the setting identify it to us clearly as a magic circle. Okay, so he's sharing with us about this idea of this being a magic circle. Okay, then we have this connection to Alice and a ball at the feet. Okay, so what happens in iPet Goat if we roll this tape? there's the ball at the foot. There's a ball at the foot. Alice. Okay. Alice was presented. Okay. The whole thing about this is that at 1:15 exactly, Alice entered the picture. Okay. At 1:15. Okay. So that opens up. Do you want to share anything there up until right there, Joseph?
Well, one thing I did want to mention back about the Economist magazine, we know they put their hidden codes in the Economist magazine. In Gematria, the Economist magazine equals 222. Hidden codes is 222. Barack Obama, the Antichrist, is 222. So that's just one thing I wanted to cover about the Economist magazine. But as far as the 115 mark, I mean, there could be no two ways about it. They definitely put that there for a reason. Most likely, because Lucifer is 115 and Obama is Lucifer. I think we've established that. And also, you even mentioned the word occultic. In Gematria, occultism is 115. But yeah, you're doing a great job. I'm on point with everything you've said. It's just it's all connected. And the ball at the foot, and that foot there, I do believe is also Obama's foot, and it's on a coin there. But yeah, I'm in agreement all the way up with what you said. Great stuff.
Okay. Now, okay. And this is just going to get deeper and deeper and deeper because we've got some serious connections here. Now, okay, we've got the connection to Alice, and front and center right behind Alice, right, is the rabbit. Okay. Now,
Right.
and I was going to stop and show this when I played that clip, but if we go forward here, and when it goes, oh wait, okay, wait, let me turn on the sound again.
That exit sign there too.
Yeah, there's an exit sign, the rabbit, and then we're going to move this forward, and when it goes dark, see, the rabbit is the one that's still highlighted. Everything else goes dark. Right. Alice and the rabbit, okay? So this is key to what we're going to see next. Alice and the rabbit. All right, now, okay. Now I want to go to, if we look at CERN, okay, we're going to see that at CERN, there is an Alice experiment, okay? And I was searching this. I didn't even know to look for this. But as I went to look for CERN, and I don't even remember how I opened this up, but I ended up finding this. Alice CERN. Huh?
Led you there, Steve. God led you there.
Well, I think God led me, but there was like a line of thinking why I ended up getting here. But anyway, I ended up searching about CERN. And I somehow put in the search Alice and CERN together, and all of this stuff came up. So I've got, what I want to do right now is I just want to give a basic overview of, this information so people can search this and understand this for themselves. Okay, I can't give you a full explanation and go in depth about the history of Alice. Some of this was the Alice experiment 6 years ago. The Alice experiment, some of them goes back. Alice in Wonderland, this is CERN. Alice in Wonderland 9 years ago. Okay, so this is not new information. So I want to just give people, Alice gets beam, CERN, 11 years ago. See? All right. But there is one piece of information here that connects us with the number of 115. Alice experiment. This video was put out directly by CERN. The BE in the title stands for Beyond Einstein. BE 151 Alice experiment. So here we have Alice again with the 115, the 151 or the 15-1 or the 115, okay? Now this is from CERN itself. Okay, now we're going to see the connection to the rabbit. Like I said, this is CERN. Now watch what happens. They're going to present to us the Alice experiment from CERN themselves.
Interesting. This must be where Alice lives.
Okay, so no question about it that CERN is presenting Alice connected to Alice in Wonderland. There is an absolute connection. CERN is presenting this. That is Alice in Wonderland right here, okay? Do you see? Now, let's go on. Now, the other thing about this is that who's doing the presentation? It's the bunny, okay? The bunny. Remember? Alice and the bunny? Okay. Let's go on here.
Well, my ears and whiskers, what a huge hole. I wonder what's down there. Excuse me, have you seen Alice?
Yes, it's over there.
That's not Alice. What is it?
It's a new experiment we are building to understand the formation of matter during the birth of the universe.
My whiskers, what on earth for?
The Big Bang gave birth to the universe and set free enormous amounts of energy, which materialize as tiny particles known as quarks or electrons.
I can't see any. Can I eat them?
No. Quarks and electrons form all the matter which is around us. Atoms, stars, our planet, and us. And what is puzzling about quarks is that they always appear in pairs of two or groups of three, but never alone. We physicists call this effect confinement because a quark is forced to live in little communities of two or three, but it never appears alone. Yes, but we think that this is only true for our cold universe as it is today. A couple of millionths of a second after the Big Bang, the universe was so hot that quarks were actually free and formed a kind of cosmic soup that was all around. And we want to go back in time and recreate this cosmic soup and understand how it materializes into particles.
What for?
To understand how particles were formed, why the universe is as it is today, and eventually why we exist.
My whiskers, how do you do that?
We take two lead atoms and peel away all the electrons. So all we have left are the pure, bare lead nuclei. Then we accelerate these nuclei to enormous speeds, close to the speed of light, and force them into a head-on collision. In such a collision, we can concentrate an enormous amount of energy, or heat up matter, close to the temperature of the Big Bang. This way, we hope to form this soup of free quarks for a short moment before they recombine into solid particles.
So you want to rerun the Big Bang right here?
Yes. By taking these nuclei, accelerating them to enormous speeds and forcing them into a collision, we can actually rerun the Big Bang, but on a laboratory scale under controlled conditions. A kind of little bang for use at home. Big detectors like this one, which is called Alice, allow us to see all these particles in order to understand what's going on.
Well, my dear paws, where do you get your bullets from?
We get them from a new accelerator CERN is building at the moment, the so-called LHC. This machine will provide the most energetic particle beams in the world and is being installed right there.
Oh dear, I shall be too late. I must find Alice. We've a meeting with the King and Queen of Hearts in a minute. The Queen will be furious. She can be terrible, you know, terrible. I must go quickly.
Okay, so like I said, there's no way I could get into a huge, long description of Alice and everything that it entails. But right here we have a video done by CERN. It's connecting Alice in Wonderland. It's connecting the rabbit. It's connecting the number 115 by the title of the video. Okay, it's by the experiment number. All right, and it is showing us the purpose is to recreate the Big Bang. Okay, this is all coming directly from CERN. Now there are other videos about this. This video goes into the Large Hadron Collider, the Alice experiment. I'm not going to show this right now, but I can leave this link for you. And we can, I just want to open things up so people can see more what CERN is trying to do, how it's all connected to Alice, how it's all connected to the bunny rabbit by CERN themselves. What did you think about that, Brother Joseph?
Oh, I mean, as you saw, that video was from 2007, so they've had these plans in the works for a while. Yeah, I think Alice, no doubt, definitely is connected with all this. They're putting her everywhere. And you know me, I'm a numbers guy, obviously. And one thing I wanted to mention before I forget, in English gematria, Alice in Wonderland and Barack Hussein Obama have the exact same gematria. And there's no way that's a coincidence on top of all of this stuff. But yeah, in English gematria, Alice in Wonderland equals 978, and Barack Hussein Obama 978, exactly the same. But yeah, amazing stuff.
Wow. That's, so anyway, all of this information that we're sharing about this connection to Alice, where is it going? What does it mean? What does the 115 mean? And let me go back to screen sharing here. And where are we going to go next with this? Okay. I shared yesterday about, we've got a lot of the gematria connections that Brother Joseph has shared. And then I saw this. Strong's 115 is a setting aside. This is in the Greek, a setting aside, an annulment, a nullification, or an abrogation. Going on to read the full definition is properly, it's annulment, which is rendered no longer in effect, literally no longer having a place. Okay. I shared a video yesterday about even Klaus Schwab thinks we are at a rapture point. And he was sharing about Klaus Schwab is the president of the World Economic Forum. He's sharing about the Great Reset. Okay. And then within this, he goes on to say this. I'll just play this real quick. It's a 28-second clip.
When we look at the tremendous challenge which we have in creating this Great Reset Republic, I think we are at a rapture point where I think we are at a rapture point.
Okay, so he thinks we're at a rapture point, and he's talking about the Great Reset. Well, this is exactly what 115 means in the Greek Strong's Concordance.
And I have one thing to add while you're talking about a Great Reset. In gematria, a Great Reset equals 474, like Barack Obama. When you spell it BARAQ, like Luke 10:18, lightning falling from the heavens. So they have the same gematria, a Great Reset and Barack Obama. Also 474 is fallen angel, the phoenix, and the angel of Satan. They're all 474, just like a Great Reset. So I just wanted to throw that in there while you're talking about it.
And yeah, and so I mean, between the connections of gematria connecting the Antichrist, connecting all of their plans, even the Strong's Concordance gives us the understanding of 115 being annulment, nullification, abrogation, to set aside, the Great Reset. Okay, So I think that's another side of this that gives us this understanding. All right.
You know what just popped into my head about 11:5 real quick? Ephesians 5:11 about exposing the darkness. So there's another 11:5, Ephesians 5:11.
Let's go ahead and pull that up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of my favorite verses.
Oops. Let's see. So 115, have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them or expose them.
Or expose them, yep.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. Amen.
Yep. And 322 in Strong's 322 is backwards in the Hebrew.
Oh, wow.
Backwards.
Yep.
See, and that's everything that they show. They show it one way, they show it another way. They've got on here, they've got 115. On here, they've got the time 115. Then on the Alice Collider, they've got the 151. See, but it's the same numbers.
Sure. Yep.
Any way you do it. So their number is doing things backwards and forwards, and they switch it up.
Great
but
point.
It's the same code, Okay, now I want to go into something else. Is there anything else you wanted to share at this point? I
just wanted to mention real quick for the people that aren't too familiar with iPet Goat 2, the people that might think that the video doesn't have any concrete, to it. I just want to say that not only that video came out about 7 years ago, right? And Trump was elected like 4 or 5 years ago. And that film shows Trump about 6 times. So I just wanted to mention that. And also in Gematria, iPet Goat 2 equals 666. Basically revealing their plans. They call it lesser magic. They believe if they show you ahead of time, it adds value to their power or whatever. But that's all I wanted to mention about iPet Goat. But that's it.
Okay, so I want to go on and share again my screen, and I want to show. Okay, we're going to get into now the meaning of 115. Okay, we've seen this so far. They had their meeting at 115 for the 11th anniversary of Obamacare. Joe Biden's first conference was 115. All the connections to 115 here. We've got the 115 connection here exactly with Alice in the iPet Goat. Okay, exactly at 115, Alice appears. We've got connection to CERN and Alice and 115 and the rabbit. Okay, and what is all this? Okay, if we're going to go forward here and see the connection between Alice and the rabbit, does the 115 connect us to Easter? And this is where I think we're seeing. Both Joseph and I are seeing how this could possibly be connecting us to Easter. And the understanding is the Hebrew calendar, 115. Okay. So now I want to share with you this Bible Code Theory research video. We're not going to watch the video itself. I'll leave the link for you. Everything I'm sharing here, I'm going to leave links for you. Okay, so you can search this out more in depth for yourself. But I want to share this video, not the video, but I want to share the information from this video with you. And I was really, really moved by this, because when he put forth this video with such a strong, moving call to be ready now, because he has received this code as a this is going to happen moment. This is no longer about warnings about into the future. We've got something that is going to happen. And he put, even in the description of this video, he put Axis term. This is not an if warning. This is an is warning and a formal declaration from the Most High Yahuwah in the name of He who is the Spirit of prophecy. What did he find in this code? He found the year 5781. He found Pesach, which is Passover. He found Abib 14, which is the date of Passover. Nisan 14, Abib 14, Passover 5781. And there were 2 Bible verses connected to this code. And 2 verses came linked to this, and this is key in the understanding of how important this warning is, how precise this code is. And 2 verses came forth from this code. Psalm 78, 49, and 50. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble, by sending evil angels among them. He made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to pestilence. And when he shared about this, and he talked about the COVID-19, right? The pandemic that's already been upon the world for 1 year. When you consider the 4 years of the fig tree, and this is my addition to what he shared and what came to mind when I saw this connection to pestilence, was that if you go from 2017, the year of Israel's 70th anniversary, really from Pentecost of 2018 to Pentecost 2017, Pentecost of 1948 to Pentecost of 2017, we've got the end of the 70 years. And then we've got the Revelation 12 sign, the Great American Eclipse, and all the confirmations that started coming, huge confirmations that started coming in 2017. And then you've got the parable of the fig tree, which is not only the fig tree generation, which would have been at the end of the 70 years, but then we've got the parable of the fig tree, which talks about the 3 years and a year-long extension, right? So there's a year-long extension. So you've got 2017 to 2018 to 2019 to 2020, right? 3 years. And then you've got the beginning of COVID.
You know, it's interesting about that verse also. I see the word wrath in there. In Gematria, God's wrath is 115. Just another confirmation. It's
I mean, the clarity of what God is trying to say is unbelievable. And so it's connected to the pestilence. And now you have the parable of the fig tree. At the end of the 3rd year, the tree was going to be cut down, but they came in and they interceded over the tree. They interceded over the vineyard, and they said, no, give us 1 more year. The caretaker of the vineyard pleaded with the owner of the vineyard to give him 1 more year. And he said, okay, I'll give you 1 more year. And if there's no fruit at the end of 1 more year, I'm going to cut it down. Right. And I mean, we've got 2017 was huge. And then we've got 3 years, got the whole year. And now what has happened? Has there been true repentance in the world based on a worldwide lockdown that took place already 1 year? Okay. It's been over 1 year from worldwide lockdown. Schools, are your kids back in school yet, Joseph?
Nope.
Okay.
No, been a whole year.
Yeah, our schools are still closed here in Mexico. All right.
Yep.
So the park in downtown, in our downtown square, they still have not turned the lights on. You're not allowed to go out at night, even go to sit in the park. They have all the lights off.
That's what I mean. The world is upside down. It's rapture time for sure.
So, I mean, you've got that whole connection between the 3 years. So this Bible code brought forth the year, Passover, the exact date of Passover, and then these two Bible verses. Was the first Bible verse was from Psalms. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them. He made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to the pestilence. The second Bible verse that came out in that Bible code was Daniel 7:19. And look at how clear this is as well. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, his nails of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. Okay. I mean, this is a very powerful message between both of these Bible verses and the exact date in this code. This is why the guy who received this code, Bible Code Theory Research, I mean, he went a step above anything else he had ever done before. And he said, there's no doubt about it. This is a word from God. This is written in Bible code. Okay. Now, I can't guarantee that. I don't think anybody can guarantee it. You know, that's not the point, trying to guarantee it or say it has to be. All I can do is pass on information that we're seeing, pass on information that other people are seeing. And you know, we are at a point where the wrath of God is going to be poured out, and the world is about to plunge into darkness. There's no doubt about it. Is this the exact date? I can't say that, but this code came out with an exact date on it, and it was very, very powerful. And that's the warning, okay, that he was sharing. Now, I want to go on and talk about Nisan 15, because Passover is Nisan 14. The day after Passover is Nisan 15, and that on the Hebrew calendar, this is the day they crossed the Red Sea, okay? So they're pushing their 115 code. They're pushing their Alice in Wonderland Big Bang renewal moment. Okay. All of this stuff that they're showing on their end is their biblical understanding. Could this be connecting us to this year, Passover, Nisan 15, the day of the crossing of the Red Sea? Now, the other thing about Sunday, March 28th, is that that's the Hebrew calendar. Okay, Passover on the Hebrew calendar is Saturday. Nisan 15 is Sunday. On the Gregorian calendar, it's Palm Sunday. So, I mean, all Christians everywhere should be expecting the arrival of the Messiah on the same day he showed up the first time he came. Okay? He came on Palm Sunday and rode into Jerusalem on a donkey and revealed himself as the Messiah through the prophecy of Zechariah. And that was in Zechariah. They just found the Dead Sea Scrolls. It was in Zechariah that was written about the donkey, about Palm Sunday. Okay. I mean, how many warnings do we need? And now we've got this. Is this going to be just one more year again, one more Easter year? Let's get together and pray in our family, and let's just all enjoy Easter and have fun. And hey, what do we got with the Easter? We got the rabbit. Okay. Here you go. Here's your Easter rabbit connection from Alice in Wonderland. What more do
While
you
you're
want?
on that slide, I want to real quick. If you're using the people as months, right? You see Trump there with the Trump hand down the triangle and the Trump hair, the third figure from the left,
Okay.
right? Well, in between that third and the fourth figure, you have an exit sign, almost like a rapture, like the bride exits right between the third and the fourth month, which would be the end of March, beginning of April, right in that section. And it's interesting. The shape under Trump's hands is an M shape, almost for March. And it's just interesting. It's got an exit sign right there where we're looking at. So I just wanted to mention that while you got that screen pulled up.
And the next month is April, and it's blotted out, and it's all written up there. And I mean, chaos. This looks like the chaos is going to hit right here.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So we've got the Alice in Wonderland. We've got the rabbit. All of this connected to 115. We've got the Hebrew date of Nisan 15. This is the day everybody crossed across the Red Sea. They left Egypt. This is the second Exodus, guys. I mean, this is what the Lord is showing, I believe, the second Exodus.
Yep.
Palm Sunday. Now, why would I watch the Gregorian calendar if I'm looking at the Hebrew calendar of Nisan 15, Palm Sunday? What is there a way God could show me that this is a significant connection? Well, if we go to the Strong's, the word for watch in the Strong's Greek concordance is Gregorio. Okay. Watch the Gregorian calendar. Okay, you've got the connection here to the Hebrew calendar, but you've got Palm Sunday. Is there a day that could be more significant than actually the day Jesus came the first time and revealed himself? You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yep.
See, there's power in this. The next thing I want to share with you is what Trump said last year about Easter.
Ultimately, the goal is to ease the guidelines and open things up to very large sections of our country as we near the end of our historic battle with the invisible enemy. It'll go on for a while, but we win. We'll win. I said earlier today that I hope.
Notice when he says we win, he slivers like a snake. Dr. Fauci is 115.
Yep.
We can do this by Easter.
The Freemasons 115.
I think that would be a great thing for our country, and we're all working very hard to make that a reality. We'll be meeting with a lot of people to see if it can be done. Easter is a very special day for many reasons. For me, for a lot of our friends, that's a very special day. And what a great timeline this would be. Easter as our timeline, what a great timeline that would be.
Timeline.
My first priority is
that, I mean, what did he, let's just repeat that last one here.
Great timeline that would be. And what a great timeline this would be for many reasons. For me, for a lot of our friends, that's a very special day. And what a great timeline this would be. Easter as our timeline, what a great timeline that would be.
Okay, guys. I mean, that is very, very, very clear. Easter is our timeline. What a great
one thing I'll mention about Trump and the rabbit. Do you remember every time they had Easter at the White House, they always had this big bunny show up in a costume, and it was always kind of creepy looking. But in addition to that, I don't know how familiar you are with the movie Donnie Darko, but in the movie Donnie Darko, Donnie is actually the Trump character. And the whole movie is kind of about this rabbit called Frank the Rabbit, him and Donnie, and just another rabbit connection with Easter possibly. So I wanted to mention that too. But wow, that's amazing. Easter is the timeline. Easter is the timeline. That's amazing.
Wasn't that an amazing quote?
Yep.
It was a year ago, and it could have been the 1 year warning because there was no way they were going to get everything done by Easter last year.
Right. Yep.
So, remember the Great Reset, 115. Okay. A couple of things that Joseph sent to me about Freemasons. It's 115.
Masonic 115. Yep.
Masonic Skull and Bone Society is 115. Alice Mad Hatter, or I redid that and I had Alice Had Matter. It's the same letters. Alice Had Matter. It's 115. It's all connected to the CERN collider and the Alice experiment, and it's 115. Lucifer's 115. CDC is 115. Gematria, simple gematria, Passover. Here is the big one that the gold. We struck gold on this one.
The cherry on top.
This is the cherry on top. Passover is 115.
Yep. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. You just add up the value of each letter. Simple gematria, 115. Amazing.
115. Passing
also,
over.
Lion of Judah is 115. Like the hat. Lion of Judah, 115.
Lion of Judah. A setting aside. Passing over. Annulment, nullification, abrogation. The Great Reset. I shared this earlier about Klaus Schwab. The Great Reset. We shared about Ephesians 5:11. Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Okay. So we're not trying to, okay, I mean, right, Joe?
Yeah.
I've been watching for the return of Christ for 8 years. The Lord gave me a call back in 2012. When I was 22 years old, I think around 21 or 22 years old, the Lord gave me a prophecy. I was getting ready for church one morning and getting ready for church, and I had a vision. And the Lord showed me everything that was going to happen at church that morning. I would get to church, there would be a guest preacher, and he was going to have a revival meeting and a altar call. And when he began calling the people up, and I did not go up, but he pointed to me. He called me specifically to go up. And he asked me a question. And I saw this in a vision before it happened. So I was absolutely sure that what the Lord was going to tell me through this preacher, it was going to happen because the Lord revealed it to me ahead of time. And so I saw the question he asked me, what do you want from the Lord? And I began thinking about that. I'm like, well, gosh, I'm 21. I don't have I need a car. I need a car. What do you want from the Lord? And then I'm like, well, I think the Lord is showing me this ahead of time, not to ask for something temporary, just like Solomon didn't ask for riches or the death of his enemies, but he asked for wisdom, Mm-hmm. So I need to ask for something that's a little more significant than a temporary, and so I said, well, I figured out what I wanted to ask for ahead of time. And I said, I want the word of the Lord for my life. That's what I want.
Awesome.
And I got to church and everything happened just the way I saw it. There was a guest preacher there. I didn't know that they didn't announce that. That was a last minute thing. The pastor brought in this guest preacher. It wasn't announced, so I didn't have any way of knowing that ahead of time. Then he did his altar call, and he didn't call me up, but a friend of mine said, Steve, let's go up there. I want you to get prayed for. So I didn't go up myself. The whole point is that I was taken up there by somebody else. I didn't go up there by myself. Then he looked at me and said, what do you want from the Lord? I was like, well, I knew what you were going to ask me. I want the word of the Lord for my life. And he said, one day you're going to bring a prophetic word to a nation.
Wow. Amazing.
And
here you are.
And, that was when I was 21. Then I became a missionary at 23. I've been down here in Mexico for now 28 years. I'm 51. I know I don't look a day over 29, but I've been down here in Mexico for
When you
20.
say 29, I'm 29 exactly.
Are
You
you?
know what's cool about you know what's funny about 29? In gematria, 29 equals 726.
All
And
right,
I
bro.
was raised in apartment 29 by my grandma. Yeah, I was raised by a couple of different family members. My calling, I'll tell you real quick. I had a dream when I was 11 years old. I was living with my grandpa, and I had really committed my life to God at a young age. Specifically at 11, I went to the summer camp in Vero Beach, Florida, called Life or Youth Ranch, and it really impacted my life. I did the overnight camp, and one of the weeks during summer, I had a dream when I was living with my grandpa, and in the dream, Jesus baptized me in a river, and when he brought me up out of the river, he said, "Prepare them." And that was 20 years ago, and here I am now. So not as cool as your story. I didn't predict the future or anything, but yeah, that was my original. That's when Jesus really made his impact. He told me 20 years ago to prepare them. So here I am, doing the best I can too.
Well, and it's just the Lord's got his purposes, and here at the end of time, the Lord has brought us 222 brothers together, the
Amen.
222 crew, and
Key to the apocalypse too.
I waited for a long time, from whatever it was, 21, 1989, 1990, somewhere in there. And I began praying. Once I received that word, I began praying about how that would happen. And I didn't, I couldn't take it too seriously. Like, I didn't leave my job or anything to say, I'm going to go become a prophet to the nations. But I just waited on the Lord. I went and did my fasting and prayer every year, especially for that, and waited on the Lord. And I was in 2012, and it was at the this. I've shared this a few times, but my wake up call really to this end time time that we're in right now came from the uh, United Nations general general session, when the president of Iran on the stage of the United Nations declared the coming of the 12th Mahdi. And
which ties into Obama also. Mahdi Barack H. Obama equals 666. So he's going to play both roles. He's going to be the Antichrist and their Mahdi. That's why they're going to accept him so much. They're going to think he's their savior.
And he's the one who betrayed Israel. He went and signed an unbreakable alliance, and then voted against them 3.5 years later on resolution 2334. So he's already deceived Israel. He's already betrayed Israel. He said that the greatest sound that he's ever heard in his life is the Muslim call to prayer.
Right.
Praying 5 times a day. It's really a strenuous job he has, especially when he has to get in his round of golf and his press briefings. Plus, he has to pray 5 times a day. He said in one of his White House correspondents' dinner jokes.
Right.
So he clearly showing himself to be a Muslim. And but then the other thing that the Iranian president said was that the 12th Mahdi will come in the spirit of a girl. And that whole speech, Joel Rosenberg, if anybody wants to look that up, I'll see if I can find a link for you. Share it in the description box. But Joel Rosenberg did a great coverage of that whole speech that took place in September of 2012, and the presentation of the 12th Mahdi at the United Nations, coming in the spirit of a girl. And I immediately, I didn't immediately, but later, the understanding of the Antichrist being gay.
Right. Yeah, the Antichrist will not desire women. And in Gematria, Michelle L. Obama equals 666. So Michael's fake name, Michelle L. Obama, is 666. Just another coincidence, I'm sure.
So
yeah, it's amazing.
From there, the rest is really history. I mean, so 2021, we're 7 years from the first blood moon, 8 years from Comet Ison, 8 years from the great The unbreakable alliance of Barack Obama, 11 years from Obamacare.
Yep.
And here we are. Now it's been a year, world's in lockdown, and Trump said Passover code is 115. Is this the time? I mean, we could be out of here this weekend. There's no doubt about it. We could be out of here this weekend.
Yeah. And then I have, I won't, go over the whole thing, but if you guys want to check out my channel, my main channel, I did a video last week about why I believe March 27th could actually be a secret Pi Day according to Julian calendar, because it's about 13 days off. And just according to some of the numbers, there's some huge stuff with Pi Day. Just one thing I'll throw out, Pi Day equals 474, just like a great reset, just like Barack Obama, all 474. And so yeah, I'm watching that day for sure. And one more reason, in the iPad goat film, if you look closely at Bush's eyebrow, one eyebrow has Trump on his back and the other eyebrow has a pi sign with the numbers 2 and 7, which would be pi the 27th. So I'm watching tomorrow for sure, but also the 28th and all the way up until Easter for sure, this whole Passover week.
Yeah. So anyway, have we fulfilled our calling to just share what we can share, right, Joe? That's all we can do.
Amen. I think we pretty much covered. That's all we can do. Watch
and
wait.
That's all we can do.
Yep.
So I'm just ready to good, well done, my good and faithful servant. Just come into the joy of your Lord.
Yep. And goodbye, world.
115 Red Sea moment. Let's go.
Yep. Pushing away 115, Passover 115, Trinity 115, Lion of Judah 115. It's got to mean something.
It's all got to mean something. All right. Well, we're going to end here, and we're just so thankful to be able to share this with everybody. And I'm so glad we did our first meeting yesterday, and that got us. I was able to get my computer all kind of set up to be able to do this and get screen sharing set up, and hopefully everything comes through good with the audio. And all right. Well, we'll see you guys soon, and hopefully this weekend we'll be up in glory, just like Jesus said, I will not drink of this cup again until I drink it anew with you in my Father's kingdom. And he said that
Amen.
On Passover. So I pray this would be the fourth cup of Passover, be drinking it together with our Lord and Savior in just a few days. If not,
Amen.
We're going to continue watching, and something better. If this wasn't the gold mine we were waiting for, I have no doubt there will be something better waiting for us.
For sure.
Okay. God bless everybody. Thanks, Joe, for meeting with me and for everything.
Yep. Thanks for having me, and keep looking up, guys. That's all you can do. Keep looking up. King of Kings is coming very soon. Almost go time.
All right. God bless. God bless everybody.